Jurassic World. Esperamos que tengan una estancia segura y agradable. Добро пожаловать в мир юрского периода. Желаем вам приятного и безопасного отдыха. Bem-vindos ao Jurassic World. Esperamos que sua visita seja segura e agradável. Bienvenue à Jurassic World. Nous vous souhaitons un agréable séjour.
Hello, hello. Checking everything is doing alright. Sounds check. Very well. Banners correctly. Hi Gordon, wake up bro. Welcome bro. Wake up bro. Need to switch my English again. So hello guys and welcome to the Jurassic World Insider, and today we're going to do a special live tour of the Isla Nublar main park of Jurassic World. Very excited to show what I've made of the park. Already did some sharing with pictures and a little bit of live streaming while waiting for the official tour, a little bit of scenery and stuff. And so today, yeah, it's the last park I have in this safe area. So after this, it's only going to be the sandbox mode for the continuation of the other two Nublar maps, as well as the Sorna map and Sanctuary, of course. So for those who are watching live, welcome to the live stream. Thank you for joining in, and for those watching later on my YouTube channel, welcome as well. And if you have any questions for the live stream or afterwards, let me know in the comments below. And if you want to keep up with the park designs and upcoming content, just subscribe and hit the notification button if you want to keep up. Otherwise, just fly by sometimes and you can see new stuff. Oh, your girlfriend's in the hospital. I hope she's okay. I hope nothing bad has happened to her. So, as you can see, we're waiting here at the Isla Nublar park, which is the first live stream I did with the tours. So if you haven't watched that one, look it up. And oh, she's for her grandma. Oh man, wish her luck. So we're going to drop by from the Brachiosaurus park as we travel with the ferry towards Isla Nublar. I did some.
We've some work. You might
really?
be interested.
Come on! I'm going to leave the island. Leave me alone. Why are they always buggering me at the last second? So I did some modifications to the island yesterday, and today I even switched some stuff up I wasn't really pleased about. So we're going to look into the final state so far as we know the park is created, and with only two big large changes I've made compared to what is really in the park. So enjoy the view when it's loading in and we start the tour. it's takes a little bit longer than normal loading in the park. Maybe it's too big. Here we are, Isla Nublar. Ah, that view is so gorgeous. Alright, we can do the capture mode and set it on normal because it's a sandbox mode, so we don't have problems with dying dinosaurs, dinosaurs needing to be fed, electrical problems. The only thing I have is the storm for the rain on. Maybe it's a good idea to switch that off to only rain. Yeah, that's the better idea, of course. So we can just do this park tour without being... No, I just turned off the storm. Oh, wait, I need to apply, of course. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, I was wrong. There is no storm coming today. I hope. So, let's quickly start at the beginning of the park, of course, and let's see how we all are.
Our weather forecast has been updated. Storm warning levels have been raised.
Raised? It just... Maybe it's still coming. Yeah, it's still coming. Maybe I was a little bit too late. That's the karma I have in this game. So, to quickly mention how I've created this park in the first place. I have made Nublar before, or at least I tried to make the main street and then a little bit more of the Mosasaurus area, and it never worked out. There is still only one thing I may be at in the official park I have now, which is the second monorail station, which goes a little bit to the north. It's like they are going to the rest of the island. That's kind of what I like to do, but I don't have that much space in the later section on. So I try to create the park as realistic possibly compared with the films, as well as the concept art that was made for the Jurassic World movie. I also used references from different games, like the mobile games. I just looked into a little bit. Yeah, Jurassic World, the game has this overview of a large area, and in the beginning you have the Mosasaurus area and the Innovation Center and stuff. And as well as the Minecraft game, which has the Jurassic World DLC, or what is it, resource pack. And I also walked through that map to spot some differences. I might be using it. And of course, lately, since yesterday, we have the Jurassic World series Camp Cretaceous, and I observed a lot and also noted some things down, which is new to me. The most stuff we have seen was, of course, away from the main center of the park. The only thing we saw was the Mosasaurus arena, and so I kind of used some stuff what I saw there to change a bit, and we're going to follow this monorail station into Jurassic World. And I can't go. I hate that you can't go through this. It's stupid. So when you arrive at the park, of course you get the monorail from the ferry point, and basically when you arrive at the park, this just had to continue, and it's there is a monorail station somewhere in the hotel area and the resort area of the park, but it was only mentioned in one resource, which is one of the more non-canon games, so I didn't really thought it was necessary. So this is the main point where you start, and it's something I created as well. The circle entrance area. This is what I did for every of the monorail station entries. Just a nice walking circle with a tree inside of it. So we are first going to do the south area because there's not much of a dinosaur there, and then we move on and take to the main park, of course. I think that is the best option to make it a little bit more exciting afterwards. So if people come here and want to take the tour of the monorail to continue, of course we need to separate it, so we have one over there. This is the Mosasaurus arena, the feeding area, and we're going to take the right side first, which is going to the hotel district. So if you have any questions of what you see, let me know when I'm nearby. So a little research station I placed because I thought there were several buildings. It was more cramped up in the movie, that's how I saw it, and I thought it was a great addition to have a station here next to the Mosasaurus arena, which has a little bit more of monitoring the Mosasaurus itself and prepare its food, like the sharks and stuff. So it's something I know about. We have a dolphin park in my town, in my hometown. I've worked there, and we have behind the scenes as well buildings like this. A little bit more of the welfare, a little bit ranger stations, but then for the divers. So that's on this side, of course, the Mosa area. I had more buildings here, but I didn't like the idea of pushing them through each other and less trees, so there are a lot of shops and buildings, of course, in this map. So this island, or this map creation, has a lot more details and thought about it, because you want to make it as closely related to the original park, and it's not always possible, so I'm going to try and at least explain what I was planned to do or finally chose to not do. So a little area which is of course mainly a bar, but I think beside that's a bar, it's also great for a little restaurant area. I mean, this is more restaurant related, right? So there are a lot of those here. Yeah, then we go to the area which was very fun to create. This is the beach and the hotel area. If you watch the movie, you can see the beach and the people lying around there. So this is the hotel with the paths going in, and one area, or mostly on the edge of the water, is all sand, and the rest is more garden. We have this is something inspired by the Minecraft map. There was this. There were more buildings, of course, in the original one, like small huts and bars, but we don't have those buildings in game, of course. So I saw something in Minecraft where they had this small tiki restaurant in the middle, where people can get their drinks and stuff and go back to their beach seats. So as you can see, this is kind of inspired by the maps itself. They had a little bit of more water holes. This is the main water area, of course, where people can swim. And yeah, it's a shame you can just make a path around it, so it's a little bit more of a swimming pool. But I thought it was better, a little bit natural. I placed a fence here, and the fence is a little bit like you have those ropes in the water with those how do you call those things? Things float on the water. Buoys. I don't know. I know only the Dutch version of it, and it's more like a net that goes down in the water so people don't swim past it. So I did a little fence similar to that idea. Of course, people can go into the water here, but not being advised. This is also more shallow water. I used the sand tool to make it more shallow, and then the grass tool makes it a little bit more darker water, as you can see here. It really looks like deep water. Like this. So this is the fence and the monorail road. Shark net, yes, something like that. So we're going back to the hotels here. Exactly, it would be really scary. That's why I thought it was a little bit nonsense if people can swim up like here and then the mimosa starting to bash through it. So this is more safety habit, of course. Oh, that's a little bit too fast, going up a little bit. So yeah, this is the hotel area, just a large amount of hotels, because this, of course, is the main island of the whole park, and it needs a lot of staying, of course, compared to the other parks. Before we continue to that side of the park, a lot of people are walking here instead near the dinosaurs. It's weird. Maybe it's because of the hotels. So originally, in the movie universe, in the canon, you have the golf course, which is south. It's larger than I created here. I just created to make it look like a golf course. You have the sand pits in it. The road needs a little bit needs to be the border. I was thinking what it was for again. It was one of the first things I laid out to make sure I didn't forget about it. It's the first time I didn't really use this area of the map for the incubation center or power stations. I don't have power stations, by the way. That's because I only want to include them if I had enough space after I have created anything which was really necessary. And so there is no power stations in this section. It's going to be in a different map, which is connected to this one, of course. So no power lines and stuff, just beauty, and they have underground areas, of course. We have another nice lounge area here for the people who are golfing to get their clubs here and stuff. And so on the side of this area we have, which is the Botanical Gardens. And Botanical Gardens is something we only have seen on the maps as well as the Jurassic World official website, the park website, of course. And I wanted to make it my own version of it because I can just plant all the trees in lines and stuff. So I made it this nice hiking area of just enjoying the view of the trees and the flowers. I did a lot of flowers as well. So and the rocks, of course. And then we have the circles in here. We have several pine trees and a little bit of water. We have the smaller palm trees over here. We have these trees over there. A toilet room, of course, for people to enjoy nature in a different way. Make sure they don't pee in the flowers. The larger palm trees, and if you take a look from up here, as you can see, it's just a nice view. There's a lot of those areas in the original Jurassic World, but we don't know how it looks like, so this is kind of what I imagined. A nice path, but more trees, more flowers, Um, the sandbox option for no power stations is great. Yeah, I really like that. It's fun to use them in the campaign mode for my build so far, but I totally forgot about them after a while, so it wasn't really needed, and I don't want to just launch them somewhere and then make it a little bit too crowded with buildings. A little pond. As you can see in the edge, I have more vegetation around the border of the water. A rock in the middle. Some flowers are still a little bit spaced out, like here. It's because there is, of course, a little bit more rock and land. I have a lot of fences around the area. I didn't close them all the way off. Like, this is good enough. It's like they go into the forest itself. And it gives a little bit more of view of the river what is connected to the Mosasaurus basin. So people can go, continue and walk out and meet up here. Before we do that part, we just fly a little bit back to the area with the hotels again. So the main road is leading to the little bit more of a hill, which is not officially created in the park, but I thought it would look nice to have a little bit or of an overview of the area, and you can take the tower here and look over the resort beach area. And this is of course the greenhouse, but originally there is the aquarium, and the aquarium is connected to the Mosasaurus exhibit, which is going downwards, and then people can watch from this side as well as from the main arena there. First of all, I haven't created it in the beginning, and later on I noticed they still had a small building, so this is how I created this aquarium itself. It's a shame the water isn't really going to take the corners and stuff, otherwise you could have this nice pier. Behind all the fences, yeah, that's a good option. I always try it as well, but sometimes it doesn't work out, especially with the borders of the park. So the main road connects to the main area of the park. I'm going to show a little bit of the corner here, and then we move to the other side, so we can take the main route, of course, into the park itself. So this is a little bit tricky because sometimes we see the Mosasaurus area just to have a large water area without any connection. Then we see it's connected to a river, which goes more into the land itself and then towards the ocean. And in Fallen Kingdom we see it directly connected to the ocean, which is kind of weird. I keep myself in my mind that it is connected with a large river big enough for the Mosasaurus. So this is kind of what is more realistic. And when the Mosasaurus escapes, it crushes down a little bit more of this monorail. So this has a little bit to be the gate underwater that opens up, and the water flows up, and it goes further on in the island itself, like here. This is just to close it a little bit off, like it's going into the forest. So we fly back to the entrance area to continue our tour. I mean, I wish there was the ability to create deeper water, so the dinosaurs don't go into deeper waters. It gives a little bit more realistic way of creating it. Like shores, otherwise they just move in all in the waters, so you have to cut off the fences. It was also great for the Cretaceous cruise. If you have a deeper water where you can just used as a border between different dinosaurs instead of the fences. Would be a great addition to this game. And the side of the park, more to the west, was the bamboo forest. Something we only see on the maps as well as on the website. And as we don't have bamboo, I also just created just an area where you can walk. A little bit of creation with the paths itself. It's just a nice area to walk through. Nothing much special. It's also bigger than I wanted, but I had enough room for it, so it's fine. And then it's connected to, as you can see, it goes up here, and it's connected to the backside of the mosasaurus feeding area, which we are going to show off now. It was not easy to create this because I wanted to have it a little bit more the feeling that it was the mosasaurus area, not just the viewing galleries. And first I had the water connected directly next to the viewing galleries itself. And then I was thinking, oh wait, that's not possible. It was even before I saw the Camp Cretaceous episode with the whole mosasaurus area with it. And it has a pathway where people walk and make sure they can grab a seat and then move up the seating area, which is just this, because in game we don't have any other options. I changed a bit because in the first pictures I showed off, this was bigger, it was differently, and it was kind of like this was smaller, like over here, and it was water, and then we had a little bit more bigger pathway as the edge where the announcer stood to tell the people to watch the sky for the shark, and then the mosa jumps out and eats the shark. After seeing Camp Cretaceous, I made it smaller, and I had a little bit more trouble with the water, trying to get it a little bit more deeper, but it wasn't working out, so I filled it up with pathway to make it a bigger area. It's not that important. It looks better if the water was going more beside the edges. So the fences, of course, and yeah, this is kinda it, how I imagine it. I tried things out with the monorail roads to place like one pillar over here and then connect it a little bit to the middle, like it was the shark feeding machine. But I didn't like it. It was weird. It was chunky, and you have the message that it isn't connected every time in your screen. I don't like that. So excuse me. This is the best I tried. And then a big change after seeing Camp Cretaceous. So I had like a little square on both sides with the on the position of the monorail station. It had a toilet room, and I changed it after seeing that I'm not going to spoil things if you haven't watched Camp Cretaceous yet, but I saw that it was way bigger. It was a way more of a spread pathway, this concrete area, and then it was connected to the monorail station. So I changed it directly after seeing the episode, and I think this looks also way better than originally I intended. So if you've seen the episode already, you know what's going to happen here. And you notice the episode and what I've tried to make here. It's the same. Well, then we go to the main street, of course. And we're doing a flyby like this. A lot of shops. Some people suggested to use different shops in different positions, and I tried them all, which is the best way possible. And I'm very happy with it. We have, of course, the big area over here where the Indominus is being grabbed by the Mosasaurus. And on the map views and concept art you have these smaller areas as well. And this was something I only saw in the concept art, and it's not really visible in the movies. I think it had a second area which was a little bit more of higher up. It had a little bit more. It was stairs and going up, and then you have overview platform. But I think this looks nice. So if you don't have these seats in the arena, you can also watch the Mosasaurus jumping out from here. And yeah, we have the shops. I mixed some up, mainly on what they look like. I really love the clothing store. One toilet area over here, and someone mentioned to me that it was the best position for the arcade, next to the gift shop, which has the tower like in the movie, and on the other side we have a second one, different position, to make it look more they are the edges of the path. And on this side as well, less buildings, because the left side is way longer in the movie as well, and then we have this smaller area connected to the rest of the park. Something I really worked, maybe changed like 5 times, is the area behind everything. First of all, I created these gates. I saw that on Google, and hey, thank you, man. Then we have the pathway what's going behind it, which was also originally shown in the movie, where people can walk by. After the pterosaurs attack, people also run through these hallways behind the buildings, of course. And then we have the walls, which had a forest behind it. And it was a little bit of difference that some areas had only a wall and then directly the next area, but the concept art had more of the forest, and I think the forest is a better look than just having the next area in it. I like trees. I mean, as you can see here, I place trees everywhere I can. There's also a small gate to the next area. I did the same for this space, which is going to TRex Kingdom. And of course behind here, so people can walk by. It's mainly a little bit maintenance pathway. Yeah, and then we have, of course, the main road. It's a little bit more wider than original. The main park, I looked through the clips of the movie, and I think maybe 2 of these wider paths next to each other was big enough, but I wish there were more people walking through the streets, which gives a little bit more of the movie feel, of course. And I can always change it later on when I think it's better to make it smaller, but it messes up a little bit more of the innovation center, and I like to have it a little bit more bigger. We are treeaholics. I agree, Dak. Trees are life, man. So yeah, the innovation center here. My own concept, by the way. There was this. There were no trees and green, and I think this looks way better. It was also more closer towards the main street, so it was a small path to the left and a small path to the right. I kept it like this. This looks way better. I tried to push it a little bit further back after creating most of the park. So if we go to the first dinosaurs, if you know, like in the movie, you go through the gates and you go to the Gentle Giant's petting zoo. And we don't have baby dinosaurs. There's also a small area which you can walk by and get to the gate, of course. So the concept art shows this pathway in between of the areas. In the movie you don't see that a lot. It's differently, but like many people suggested to use were of course the homalocephali, which are the smallest dinosaur on the side of the herbivores, of course. And on the other side we have the Compsognathus. Where are you? There you are. So this is kind of the decision I made for the Gentle Giants area. People could just walk by, and we have these pathways where people can stand, watch them feed. The same goes for this area. So you have little groups of people standing here. This is the area I didn't fill in, so I just placed a toilet. We have security bunker as well as an observation platform, and the platform gives the guest a look over the area, so the dinosaurs are finally spotted. Also a little path behind here. So the idea after 2015, we have of course the movie timeline is different than the game timeline, and I'm following the game timeline. Otherwise we don't have the other islands as well. So in my Instagram pages I also mentioned these things, that the Gentle Giants zoo is being changed to have a little bit more small worlds area, like Disney has the small worlds attraction. And it's the small dinosaur area. It's the first area we know the compies have. It was mentioned in Camp Cretaceous, but we don't see any compy areas. It's a shame. Excuse me again. I'm burping a lot. For days. Of course, we have the dinosaur protection group who try to warn that riding baby dinosaurs is not okay, so we followed a little bit more of them, creating a problem. So the other area we have, why are they are sandwiching, so what is going on? What is this? Well, it's a problem for later on. We have the paki arena, and there were different designs as well. I know in the Lego Jurassic World game it was just this round arena, and in the concept art they showed this half circle, a little bit of a moon side, of a half moon, which people had a little bit more elevated area they can stand on and watch the paggies have a show. They were being used to smash their heads into the dolls they have set up. This is what I created. Just a circle area with two galleries, and you can walk by and see them drink. And we have of course the basic Brachiosaurus and the Sticky Moloch. So the Sticky Moloch didn't have any exhibit in 2015 after the movie Spark was trashed by the Indominus. And so I tried to figure out as much as possible where the dinosaurs of Fallen Kingdom were. Like, we now know that Sinoceratops was part of the Gyrosphere ride, and Triceratops Valley and stuff. So Sticky Moloch didn't really had any mention of where they were based. The same was with the Carno, the Allo. We now know about the Carno, thanks to the new series. So the Sticky Moloch has been placed among the Pachycephalosaurus. Of course, one of them is called Sticky, which is the Sticky from Fallen Kingdom. who hates whistling, so don't whistle when you're here. Then we move on to a little bit of a more higher view. Chaos at play, yeah, exactly. Yeah. They're smashing the trains again with flashlights. Yeah, that's true. If you look at this area, I had filled it up with trees in the first place. It was all closed off because it wasn't really necessary to create after I finished the park. So we have the zip line and the climbing area, the rock climbing area, which was north of the Paki and Gentle Giants area, as well as the water slide, the water park. So we can't make those, so I decided that those two facilities after years are going to be replaced, and we are reintroducing the dinosaurs. This is the only dinosaur we are not sure if they had a space. The only information we have is their sound in Fallen Kingdom at the beginning of the movie, as well as a holographic version of them in the Innovation Center. And I am talking, of course, about the Dilophosaurus. Maybe we can see one of them. There they are. Let's see. I can hear you, but I can't find you. Where are you? That's the whole idea of this enclosure. A little nod to the original Jurassic Park, where they pass the Dilophosaurus paddock and they don't see anyone. So the Dilophosaurus seems to be a dinosaur which was still included in Jurassic World, but the information I found about it, that they pulled away the Dilophosaurus for the public because of problems. I might think it's the spitting problem. Oh, here we have one. It's just running off again. So yeah, this is the new area they have. Dillo improved, spitting improved. So they have this water area where people can stand and just watch the Delos drink. And I just filled it up with a lot of forest trees, just brushed it in, because my idea of this area was that you only see them drinking, so they have to drink on one side, and the other side they have to have dinner. Hello. Also the basic Delos, there are 4 of them so far. Maybe I do a 5th alpha one. So there's a viewing gallery over here where people can watch up closer when they are trying to eat, and they just run up from the forest and start eating. Glass walls, yeah, exactly. Or glass walls for the compies. That would be a great idea to have those. So that's the area of the Dilophosaurus, which is my own creation. It's not officially, this is my own creation. Before we go to the excited part, so we have a monorail station over here on the side of the Innovation Center, and we have of course a path which is only for employees to take a car past the new Dillo area and going uphill, where we have the ACU station. So this is the overlooking area. It's a little bit close to the rest of the park, unlike what the movie has. And it has of course Masrani's helicopter. Oh, it's still the... I changed it to blue last time, but I might forgot it after I replaced the station again. So it's the helicopter platform, just a highlight. And then we have behind the scenes a pathway which goes to the ranger stations, the incubation center, and so forth. So the biggest area, which I think is well made, even if I did it myself, this is the TRex Kingdom. And this is kind of how I created it, with a gateway there and a bigger gateway over here, and people walk by to TRex Kingdom. And you can walk around the whole area, which goes to the viewing galleries. And the viewing galleries are the replacement of the arena itself. So the concept also show us the higher up arena area where people can sit. And of course we have the log, the tree log, where you can walk in and visit or watch the goats being eaten alive. So this is my creation of that. I'm happy with it. It's like several windows and then one large area where people can watch Rexy. But this is the area itself, as you can see. It looks great. I wonder where Rexy is. Oh, there she is. So Rexy is exactly the Rexy pattern, the color. And her name is Rexy. Already gave her a name, of course. You can't just ask people to give her a random name if we all know it's going to be Rexy, right? So that is the area of the T-Rex. This is all closed off, as you can see. People can walk by, and we have Claire Deering running up to the gates of the T-Rex, luring Rexy out to fight the Indominus, which is this part. And you can just continue over here. Now we have only one last area, which is also something of my own creation. As you can see over here, this section was basically not used in the movie map. And I knew there was an area where Brachiosaurus had, there were multiple areas with them. Oh, excuse me, I have my doorbell ringing. Give me a second. I'm back. My neighbor had a package which was delivered to me, and she's also working in healthcare like I am. So I know she doesn't have really much time when I'm home to grab the box. So yeah, I'm back. It's a little disturbance. It's the first time that someone is calling me at the door when I'm doing stuff. There's not many times the doorbell goes here. So yeah, this area was not used, and the Brachiosaurus had this area which was also mentioned in Camp Cretaceous, which gave me the idea to use it eventually. And we don't know how it looks like, so I kind of create my own idea of this. This is the feeding area of the Brachiosaur, and Brachiosaurus is not just this enclosure. There are only 3 of them now, and this part is the fence is all covered under the trees. And the Brachiosaurus come from the large areas further in the island, so they wander off and they reach the park to have a special feeding area. People can watch them feed. As you can see here, Brachiosaurus returns back to the forest. And this area is exclusive because the Brachios lunge over the fence and eat, and people can watch them see closely. And it was not easy to create this. I also wanted to do this with the water, the drinking area. It was not working out. I've seen movies, videos and pictures of it, and also constructions where people tell you how to do it. It didn't work. Maybe it's because of the area itself or the fence layouts. It really didn't work. So the Brachis are eating here. And you can also visit the tower to have a nice overlook. We have different feeding patterns. It just looks nice to see them like this. That's amazing, right? And so the water area is also hidden in the forest. So they have to move into the forest. So it gives a little bit the idea of them when they want to eat, they just came out of the jungle and move toward this area and then leave again. So it's like a little chance that people can watch the Brachiosaurus are joining up. And some days they come and some days they won't. So it's like wild animals. And now they're all returning into the forest, as you can see. I mean, I'm very happy with it. This is something I just spontaneously came up with, and to fill it a little bit in, also get more dinosaurs in it, so they move on through the mountain area between the paths here, and then join the rest near the gyrospheres and the treetop grazers area and stuff like that. So yeah, guys, this was it. This is it. The park. Yeah, they clip through the fences, but let's pretend it doesn't happen. So guys, I hope you liked the design of my park. I had a lot of comments on it on different social media, and I also posted it on different websites to share it. And I had a lot of nice responses about it. I'm going to do something about the monorails. We need to fix that. And I thought that was going to be longer in the hour. I mean, I was planning to do this for an hour. It's almost an hour. So yeah, guys, this was Nublar. For now, I just finished this yesterday, and now I'm going to continue on the next Nublar map for the larger attractions, which are of course Cretaceous Cruise, the Gyrosphere Valley, the Gallimimus area and stuff like that. So that's coming up. This is the next project I'm working on. So maybe I'm going to do this weekend, and my holiday is over after this weekend, so we have to see. So thank you for watching, thank you for being part of the live stream, and I hope you all have a wonderful day, and we see each other in the next stream, of course. So let me know if you have questions about the park as well, the science, and let me help each other out. Alright, guys, take care, and until next time, bye bye.